told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey.
Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the countryside of Scotland. And today we're in the middle of the main road here in Glenisla, and what a cool place to start this adventure. We're joined by the channel DJ, and today we're going to look at, it's a cool spot. It's like an obelisk which is here in memory of somebody from the Glen years ago. But last time we came to this obelisk, we had to walk miles up the Glen because this little bridge over here had fallen down, or it was unsafe, so we couldn't cross. So today we're coming to document this little bridge because it looks like it's been fixed. And I'm sure this bridge was originally built in like 1924 or something, but yeah, I'll update you once we're further down here, folks. Look at this, folks. This is the Catherine Trail here, which leads down from the main road at Glenisla, and it's a lot better here out of the wind. But yeah, I think this bridge that we're about to cross down here was built in like 1924 or some ancient time like that, and it's part of the Catherine Trail, which is like a walking trail. I think it goes over most of Scotland, little paths and networks of stuff. Yeah, today folks, this is the first day of having the new BKR coat on, folks. And shout out AKR Channel Historian for getting us this for the birthday. Thanks very much AKR, shout out. This is such a cool coat, folks. Check out the BKR logo on the jacket. So yeah, it's epic. I'm hyped, and it's cool. This area we're in right now is like the Glenisla kind of area, and that's the Glenisla Hall, and then the Glenisla Hotel is just further down there, around that corner. Wow, this bridge is insane. Before it got fixed, I actually tried to come on an adventure here when we first noticed the obelisk, and I got halfway across this bridge and it made a crunch noise, and it was like, I thought it was a way to end up in the river. So yeah, we've not been over here for years. See at the top, look, it says the name of the year of it, 1824. I was thinking 1924, folks. See up there, J Justice of Dundee must be the bridge manufacturer. Yeah, the bridge is like all wavy, it's not even level. I'll see if I can get a shot of that at the top of the bridge there. Look at that, folks. 1824, just think about the amount of folk which has gone over this bridge since then. And look, somebody's put a new base in the bridge, so shout out to them if you fix this bridge. That's super cool, like a butterfly. Wow, see the wildlife we see on these adventures, folks, it's crazy. This is the River Isla that we're crossing right now. And just look at the metal work on this old bridge. Yeah, it's swaying about and moving as we cross it. It's extreme. And once again we've got the company name and the date. And then look at this old gate. Wow. Some crazy iron work there, look at that. Look at that, folks. Back in those days, in the early 1800s, they really cared about structures and putting stuff like this in. The detail with the work. And the way it's supported from the metal rods there, it's an impressive bridge. It's all just pieces of iron and cast iron. Yeah, look at these bits down here going into the ground. Supporting the bridge. Oh, look at this, folks. There's like some solar panel thing here. Yeah, maybe there's some electrical point or something. Who knows, folks. Strange stuff like this crops up in the countryside now and again. Look, there's like a little metal pipe or something crossing the water. Yeah, it could be related to this caravan or these houses. Wow, what an epic spot this is, folks. We're heading on around this path network to go and try and get to this obelisk. It's a cool adventure. And now we've come down this side of the river, there's hardly any wind at all, so it's epic. Amazing summer conditions. Look at this, folks. I was remembering there was a proper path that took us this direction, but we're just following what looks like a cow trail of some sort. But it's insane. The sun's trying to shine down through these clouds, and the humidity at this time of the year is just incredible. Okay, and we've been on some insane adventures recently. That's how we thought today we'll just have a kind of easier walk, but then once again it turns out we've landed in the middle of this incredible landscape, exploring, just try to find a path or a route to go that direction. But also we're trying to avoid ticks, which is a crazy thing at this time of year. The last couple of years I've noticed there's a lot more ticks than what there had been any previous year on these adventures. So yeah, it's insane. Every time we walk about 10 metres we just look to make sure there's no ticks floating about, folks. Yeah, it's crazy scenes. It's probably about 20 degrees Celsius right now out here. The humidity's crazy. But if the sun does come out, this is an ideal thin coat just to keep the sun off me. But then, like, it was windy at the other side of the Glen. When we got out of the car on the main road, it was crazy wind. Over here, this side of the Glen, it's nothing like that at all. It just shows you how the lie of the land can change the weather depending on what way the wind's going. Look at this, folks. In the distance we've spotted the obelisk that we were trying to get to. And last time we navigated to that obelisk it was like winter conditions and the Glen wasn't so overgrown. But yeah, today it's crazy, all that long grass. I think this path takes us to that track though, and then we can navigate down. It's such a cool spot on a day like this, folks, to chill out over there for a half hour at the edge of the obelisk. Look at this, folks. These walls that we can see here, or these stones I should say, in the long grass, is actually remains of what would have been a little croft house here in the Glen at one time. You can see the outline of it. It's crazy to see that and think about the history. It could be from like 1600s into the 1700s, maybe even older than those times. Wow. It's crazy to see it and document it here on this video once again. Glenisla is one of my favourite glens to explore, folks, because that is actually where I used to live when I was little. We used to stay in a wee house up Glenisla for a while. And I used to look out my window over like the massive Mount Blair, which I can see the top of over there. But yeah, it's cool nowadays to come back up here and explore other things that I never used to see back in those days. But over the past couple of years we've done an in-depth exploration of a lot of cool abandoned sites in this Glen. And like literally, here we are right now in a bog, folks. But this obelisk we're going to today was one of my favourite places we found. And I thought it's cool to chill out there in the summer, but then look at this. Full on bog here, folks. I'm wanting to keep the new BKR coat proper clean today, because look at it, it's crisp. It's looking fresh. But like, do you think we should get around there? This is what you call pathfinding on an adventure, folks, and we do not want to get wet feet here. Not in a bog here anyway, like, oh, it's just happened. It has just happened right here, folks. Live on the video, look at this. I've just stood in water. We've done it. We've gotten wet feet, folks. It's crazy. Wow. That's what the adventure's all about though. We were pathfinding, it looked like it was solid to stand there, and it turned out not to be. Look at this for a spot right here, folks. It's just amazing. The landscape here, it's just, I love the summertime when you can go out and it's no raining or something. It's nice and warm. You didn't have to wear about 10 layers to stay warm. See, in the winter in Scotland, folks, there's such a difference between summer and winter out for exploring. The only trouble is at this time of year, everything's so overgrown, you have to pick a route through the wild landscape, because the grass and stuff can grow like shoulder height often. Nettles and stuff like that you often get. This area here is a bog, but it looks like we can go down the side of it on the shorter grass. And literally the obelisk's just over here where these trees are. But I'm sure there's a farm track here, as I know. That's a farm where those trees are. Look at this, folks, we've made it along to the edge of this property line. Yeah, this is some crazy bog that we just came across. Wow, there's cool old like historical buckets and stuff lying there, folks. Check that out. It's been some old farm debris, probably chucked over. There's a whole like farm there, but then I think it's still used pretty much. It's still somebody's actual farm, but we are just heading down this fence line in this field to get to this obelisk, folks, and the adventure is real once again. It's crazy the predicaments we end up getting in, the landscape we end up exploring. Right now I'm crouching down to stay below these trees. Wow. This is crazy, folks. We're in this bog-like land, folks, pushing through around the perimeter of this place, and it's been a crazy mission considering we weren't trying to do anything too extreme. Then we're in this wild landscape, untamed, unforgiving, and crazy to transverse. Oh, every now and again we keep looking down, checking that we don't have ticks and stuff running up the outside of our trousers, because often if they're running up the outside, they'll run up the inside, folks. Crazy. The obelisk is over here. There it is. Wow. See, I was sure the road was there somewhere then. Was there not a road right next to it? Oh, so that's maybe where we should head to. Yeah, folks, crazy adventures. Reading the land once again. Here we go, folks. We've made it as far along as the Obelisk Road right here. And it's been a crazy mission so far. Finally, we're just about at the area that we can chill out here in the sunshine for a while. Yeah, it's an amazing little spot up here. This landscape is wild. You can see how overgrown everything is at this time of year. And the views all around are just magnificent. Look at this, folks. This is the original gate up to this magnificent structure. But unfortunately this gate started to like fall down. It's no safe to open it without damaging it. But I just thought I would record these pillars before I head up in. Look at that bright green spider right there. That is a bright green spider, folks, and it's the same colour as the zip on this coat. It's crazy that a colour like that can occur in nature on an animal. This will all be original fence here. Anyway, I'm going to head up. This is kind of an easier way to walk. Look at the size of this obelisk, folks. And we were here in the winter when the grass and stuff was no half as deep as this. Look at that, there's an egg. Some kind of bird's egg, folks. Yeah, it looks like somebody's been around here on a Land Rover or something recently. Yes, folks, like, mission successful. We've made it through this crazy landscape. And we've made it to this incredible monument. And on this hill in the trees here, we're out of the wind. But I'm out of breath after climbing up this hill. Look at this, it's in memory of Patrick William Small of Kirky Locks. It was erected by the people of Glenisla, December 1872, folks. And this is the kind of spot on a summer's day, it's just magical. You can sit and look out over these views, and then when you get bored of looking at that view, you just move around. And it's just incredible each direction. In the winter you were able to see further down that way, I think. Yeah, it's crazy scenes. Think of the construction from the 1800s of this here, and it just stands the test of time. It's still standing strong and standing tall. And I love the detail on stuff that they built back at that time. Look how these stones are built on top, folks, that's insane. Wow. And credit to its construction, it stood so long, like, it's crazy to think about that. Look at the carving. It looks like granite here that it's made of. And each bit has got some incredible carving on it. Look at the detail of this even. It's a crazy scene. A crazy piece of history, folks, and it's less windy around at this side. Look at that up behind us though, it's wild. Check out the crows, there's crows going wild up here as well. Yeah, it's just magical, all the things you see. Sometimes if you just sit in the Glen for a few minutes or whatever, and the amount of wildlife and nature itself, it's just mind-blowing at times. And a thing like this has just been standing in the middle of it. All those cold winters and strong winds and crazy weather conditions. This has just been standing here. Memory of the gentleman. And look, some sort of animal's been eaten here. Look at that. Is that not the jaw of like a rat or something like that? Crazy, folks. Maybe been a bird, like a buzzard or something even here eating an animal. This is crazy, folks. I moved round into the sunshine and I just looked over. That hill that we walked round the side of, there's a whole herd of cows over there now, which is insane. It's an absolute madness. Like, we're lucky that they weren't there when we tried to walk past. We're going to try and go a secondary route on the way back. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's so warm sitting in the sun, it's epic. But now and again you do get that breeze coming down, which is good for the warm temperatures, but it's not good for making YouTube videos. Just check this thing out, I'm just loving it. There's a lot of heat radiating off this rocks on a day like this, folks. Right, folks, that's been an epic summer adventure to try and make it to here. But the adventure's not over yet. We've been chilling here for like a half hour and now we're about to head on round this opposite way, try and negotiate back to the car. There's a whole herd of cows where we were, so we had to avoid that. And yeah, it's crazy adventures, folks. This is quite a cool coat because it's like in the sun it's warm, but in the wind it keeps you warm, folks. It's the best of both worlds. Yeah, that's a crazy egg down there. I seen that on the way in. Surely there'll be a bit, maybe along by the river or something we can negotiate. Look at those strange black little moths that's flying about, or butterflies. Look at that, folks, it's crazy at this time of year. You can hardly even see the obelisk, even when you're really close to it. It's cool to see the old iron gate, and actually that old iron fence has gone right around the perimeter of this monument at one time. So yeah, there's been a lot of money spent on it originally when it was constructed. And yeah, it's been epic. Anyway, we're heading on round this crazy adventure, folks. I love this sort of adventure where you're just trying to like pathfind your way through when you're not even sure of an exact route. This is insane, folks. We've just navigated along the side of this ridge. The River Isle is down in the hollow and we're just trying to get back to this ancient bridge that we crossed to get over the Isla. And it looks like there's a way we can get across here. There's some crazy wildlife about here though. Whoa, loads of that cuckoo spittle stuff down here. Wow, folks, check this out. It's a summer wonderland today. Like, look at this little brook. Little stream babbling down here. Wow, what an insane landscape, folks. This is all like bog grass and stuff here. We'd be better maybe going to that bit there. What do you think? Or jumping over next to the river. Let's go that way. The insanity of these adventures, folks, probably doesn't even come over on the camera. Literally, we're climbing through incredible wildernesses, like all conditions. Today it just happens to be like a heat wave. As soon as it's a hot day in Scotland, we call it a heat wave. Now we're right on the shore of the River Isla, and it might be easier to walk if we go right down by the water's edge. Wow, this landscape, folks, is wild and unforgiving. This is crazy. What a mission it's been. I'm just going to negotiate up the side of these rocks. It's going to be so much easier than trying to actually climb through that long grass. You can see deer's footprints here. There's been a deer running up here at one time. Oh, we're right near the main road. The car's actually parked at the car park back down there. I can see the bridge now in the distance. Oh, I love coming by the river's edge in a place like this. Trying to navigate my way up the Glen. Whoa, I slipped. My foot went in the water, folks. But it wasn't actually the foot I did. Again, it was my trailing foot. When I launched, my foot slipped after I had launched to the next stone. Now my trainer's wet. I've got lower traction. Whoa, the river's like knee deep around where my feet are. This is crazy, folks. Surrealist adventures on this channel. This is crazy, folks. We're up and down here just trying to navigate through the land. Wow, look at this old pipe crossing here. Look at that, folks. Wow, this is a scene. That little tin shed at the corner over there looks like an Anderson shelter from World War II. Look at this, folks. This is the River Isla right here. Beautiful Scottish scene. And then I'm going to get a photo of this old bridge from here because it looks epic. Channel DJ was just noticing loads of fish in this part of the river, folks. The River Isla is popular for fishing. See it? Oh, aye, there's tons of them down there swimming about. Oh, they're coming around here. Wow, I should really have the camera under the water, eh? Recording them swimming about. Wow. Next time we go swimming, we should swim about in the River Isla, folks. We were in, I think it was the North Esk we were in last night for a swim about. This is some crazy conditions, folks. The angle of this bridge right here is epic. Just think, folks, 1824 they were putting that in, and that's at the time kind of going for walks on like the Cateran Trail was a real popular thing for folk to do. They would make a weekend of it. Long walks every day, and then they would maybe stay in local hotels or towns. Some would even go camping. But it was a popular thing back at that time, and even to this day these trails are still enjoyed by folk. But it's so cool to see that it's been repaired and now the bridge is accessible and crossable. It's crazy, folks. This old gate, it sounds like something from like a haunted house. It's epic. Wonder how many times that gate's opened and shut since 1824, folks. It's crazy to think of the history of a kind of little countryside spot like this. The metal construction. And the weather up here in the Glen can be extreme at times. The river can actually come up to this height, and I think that's how this bridge always needs maintenance every few years. Wow. It's crazy to see the way these metal bars are holding it with the end pillars. And there you go one more time, folks. 1824. And it's a cool walk for anybody coming up the Glen Isla direction. That opens up a lot more opportunities for walks away from the main road. This must be somebody's little holiday house down here. And up there is, it used to be the Glenisla school years ago. The character of a wee path like this in the summer, folks, it's epic. And when you get to the top of these steps, you're right on the edge of the main road. So if anybody's fleeing up this glen, you really hate to watch it. You get flattened. Anyway folks, that's been a cool Glenisla adventure. I'll end it here. Thanks very much for watching. Tune in again soon for the next adventure. Goodbye for me. Goodbye for the channel DJ, who's suffering with hay fever right now. And yeah, we'll catch you soon, folks.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to